how good were Kiss in Melbourne, co-hosting with you at the desk before they performed at the AFL Grand Final? We had a great time. They had a great time. In fact, such a great time that they're here again visiting us at home. Let's go into the studio and see Nat and Shervo again. Paul and Jean, we don't have to be quiet anymore. It is not a secret. The secret, the cat is out of the bag.
Oh, my God. How good is this?
Well, we loved it so much when you were in Fed Square with us in Melbourne.
It was amazing, you know.
Wow.
I had to say to the crowd, how you going?
Well, how are you going? Because, of course, since then, you've played at the AFL Grand Final. That was epic. Nat and Shervo are going to talk to you about that. But you've been mixing it out there with the Real Housewives of Sydney. That must have been a bit of a bizarre introduction.
Well, it's amazing. You know, I always say that that's a perfect ticket for a divorce is to go on that show.
But he means that in a good way.
Nat hates surprises. She thought you were spiders or a live snake. But there you go, Jean and Paul.
Hey, good to see you.
How are you?
Hi, Jean. Thank you so much for coming back.
Thank you so much.
It's wonderful to be here.
Hi, how are you?
Deliriously happy.
Good to see you. Come on in.
We kept talking about it over the weekend and before you guys performed, how generous you were with your time at Federation Square and spending time on the desk with us. Just take us through that experience of being in Melbourne, having the fans there on the day, and we'll get to the performance in a second.
Well, you know, the idea that we had already said goodbye to this amazing country that we really love dearly, and then to find out that we've been invited back was really humbling, and for us to prepare for the grand final and to want to do something spectacular, especially because you have people who were saying, oh, you know, this band is over the hill and all kinds of nonsense.
Come on.
Oh, well, no, you know,
Ageless.
there certainly are naysayers, and we're going, but we're Kiss. We're going to do it over the top, and I think it was an event to be remembered.
It sure was. Like, I was in the crowd with a whole bunch of, you know, people from Sunrise. We were so excited. We were, like, headbanging that whole 100,024 people when you guys came out. We're seeing the footage now. It was so amazing. We absolutely loved it. It was also so hot.
Oh, my God.
How was it for you?
People have no idea how hot it was. It was, I don't want to say dangerous, but the hair on my arms was singeing. I mean,
Really?
I'm playing trying to be cool, and I'm thinking, I'm on fire.
Oh, yeah, really on
How
fire.
about those 500 kids in our makeup who stole the show? They were in front, just having the time of our life. Look at them. They're just unbelievable.
Well, Jean, what was the experience like out there?
Well, as Paul said, you can't imagine. We were surrounded by those fireball shooting things. Actually, I should know what they're called because we've been doing it for half a century. And look, it was a lifetime memory. 106,000 crazed fans, and you have to be careful who you ask whose fans they are, because the Magpies and the Lions, very passionate. If you ask the wrong person, are the Lions going to win? If it's a Magpie fan, oh boy, you're in for it.
Look at these
Look at
little
those
Kiss
kids.
kids.
So good.
I know, but then we interviewed them on our weekend program the next day. They were so into it. How does that make you feel?
It's amazing, you know. Are we using these mics still?
No, you don't have to.
No,
You've
I'll take the whole
got
thing.
lapels.
There you
Don't
go.
worry about that. We'll take those.
You know, it was amazing, and it always is, because somehow Kiss always touches a nerve in people, and you have young people, some of them who've never heard the music before, but there's something about Kiss that it's almost like superheroes with guitars, and they understand us. So to have the young Kiss Army it's humbling. It really is to see the next generation, and there will always be a next generation.
They're so into it, just amazing.
they?
When you see the physicality, that was great. Look at that.
Now, we had Jimmy Barnes in this week to have a chat about what he's doing, but you guys caught up with him, didn't you, for dinner? How was that?
Jimmy was wonderful. Look, he's one of the great voices of rock, not only in Australia, but worldwide, and Cold Chisel, going back that far. But I had posted on social media that I was in Sydney and didn't have much to do. And Jane, his wife, saw it, and Jimmy called up and said, how about dinner? So we had a great dinner with him and Jane and Mahalia, and it was terrific. He's I said his heart is as big as his voice. He's just a wonderful man.
He's a legend, isn't he?
Now, tomorrow's the big one, your final curtain concert in Sydney, of course. It's in aid of KISS's Support Our Veterans Appeal. Gene,
Yes.
Why this charity for you?
You know, we all go through life and take things for granted, and there are people who are better than you and I. The people who literally put their lives at risk by volunteering to go and protect the lifestyle that we all enjoy, to allow our kids to grow, breathe fresh air, free air, and so on. It's the vets. It's first, last, and always. You've got to remember that your freedom totally depends on people who go above and beyond the call of duty. So if you're standing in line to get your cup of coffee and you see somebody in uniform and know somebody's a vet, get out of the way, just have a little respect and show the thing. So we always support the vets. And Australia has got a long, long, proud history of
Wounded heroes over
Exactly.
here and wounded warriors in the States. Look, freedom is only free for the people who don't pay for it. And the people who make freedom free are the people who sacrifice, and those are the people who get a raw deal so many times when they come home.
Yes.
That's universal, and for us, it's an injustice that we have to point to and say, it's up to us to help, because the government doesn't always do it. We need to raise awareness that these are the people who give us our freedom.
Tragically, there's not even a guarantee. You risk your life, you volunteer to serve above and beyond, you leave your family, your jobs and everything and go out there. Nobody's going to get rich and famous wearing a proud uniform of an Aussie. There's not even a guarantee of a job when you get back. And that's got to be a law that must be enacted.
Well,
Good
you
on
are
you
doing
guys.
a brilliant job of it. We have loved every second that you've spent with us here on Sunrise. Cannot wait for the concert tomorrow. That was a taster at the grand final,
But
it
fair
seems.
warning, the word big does not apply because, as we like to say, low-flying planes have been warned not to fly over the stadium. We're bringing our A game. We're going to shake the heavens. You'll see.
It is going to erupt. And tickets to KISS's last ever Australian show are on sale now through Ticketek. It's all happening tomorrow night at Accor Stadium, Sydney, and ticket proceeds will go, as we said, to legacy and wounded heroes. Gene, Paul, it has been an honour. Thank you so much.
It's a privilege to be here.
Appreciate it.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.